Now that Kancha will be locked in. Keep in mind that the Hayabusa is still on the board for Albert. I don't see other options for Albert apart from the Hayabusa. Right, the Baksha ban out, Fredrin, Lancelot, Eastern Shin taken away as well.
If you're assuming it's an assassin, then because more damage would be just fine. Oh, as I say that.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow, wow, wee wow.
Kadita.
We wanted fancy.
So now
Kadita.
he can't go for Hayabusa.
That's the thing. I think Dewa United, they know that Hayabusa is their main target. That's why they respond with the Ruby pickup to anticipate. And also the Kadita.
Oh boy, Albert
Much
needs something a
safer
bit
as well.
more. Looks like he needs something a bit more independent now. Because Key is on a
Oh,
gata.
Baxia? Is Baxia banned? Okay.
Baxia banned out, Fredrin out, you know, Joy.
Gwyn, Xborg, Fanny.
Oh, I like, oh no, wait. Guinevere.
Gwyn isn't bad.
Hayabusa still.
He wants to carry, bro. He needs some damage.
He needs to carry, but it's a big gamble.
It's a huge one. This is the playoff stage. This is their final life here in the playoffs. If they don't make it here right now, we're gonna have to say goodbye to them.
A climb back, and then we saw a super sub came in and turned everything around. Now we're back to a best of one. It all comes down to just one game. Every lead they've built, every pick that they have made their opponents think about, it's here now. We thought ban the Granger,
Yeah.
it gets picked up, and you see the Granger, you see the Joy too. An answer to the Granger that we saw in game number 2 for Kin. That was also part of their winning composition for game number 3.
The question is, will the peel be enough to again champion Erlan as the main damage dealer, the carry in this game? Emblems by GamesMax, the Kadita finally making an appearance. Pull yourself together, making sure that he has access to cycling the Petrifies. Mueza with the Croc again.
It's all good though. That's the thing about Lunox, man. You are able to sustain so well. Albert gets the quad shadow down on Mueza. But Mueza stays calm, does not flicker. That's a lethal win for Albert. He will be ahead slightly. Has the retribution as well. Will he steal it away? Pops it in. Gets level 4. Denies Ray of his ultimate. And maybe not even going to be able to get that gold crab. It's Albert again with 2 consecutive victories.
And he is the bully of the big boys. As again, Octa, right? The Kadita. We talked about this guy as the meta rebel, as how Arashi puts it. He is defiant of the meta being put in place. Audience prediction, 79% for EVOS by GoPay. And Kin having his hands on the Joy. This has been a pick which was able to trouble EVOS multiple times in Game 2 and Game 3. It didn't give access for Erlan to even play that game. That 1-1 game was also very, very much a nightmare. They want to go for the turtle. They want to go for the objective. Kin is close by. Mueza, no tectonic charge.
Look for the, oh man, he jumps in forward, but Suelo's able to go for it, throw the ruin, and Suelo gets first blood, a massive rub waves. Rendy gets away though, Ken jumps in with electrify and beats Suelo. Brilliance to escape 2-1 in favor of EVO's Key with a good read, but it gets cancelled out with a Don't Run Wolf King. Key does not have the Revitalize, gets pulled back into it, sustains for a bit longer.
Gonna go in.
Albert jumps in forward, does have the shadow kill, will be able to go for the shurikens, but no! He taps it in way too long! Octa and Mueza get away with a sliver of health. Suelo still standing here, cancels the recall, and that gives EVOs the tempo control.
They get objective. They get the objective, excuse me, and they get the purple buff too. Pops the quad shadow, gets in, gets out. Ooh. So that is a win for EVOS. Gold lead swinging to their favor. Item check by Dunia Games so far. Again, the same route for Erlan with the Sky Piercer.
Rendy.
And he has to be careful, Ray is here.
That's a Mountain Shocker with the Traceless, but Rendy gets away. Kin with a follow through, has electrifying beat. No, he does not! Rendy under turret will fall to Ray. Another trade, this time for Dewa.
That's a good kill coming in for Dewa, especially Ray, who was taken down in the earlier altercation. This time, that 1 kill will speed up his items, will get him the gold needed. But at least EVOS, they have a way to deal with this Kadita. Number 1 was the Lunox. Obviously, with the brilliance, you can always dodge away from the rough waves and all the combo that Kadita wants to put in.
Yep.
As well as Key, right? With the AOG, somehow defensively is able to become a tool for Kin. Might be assassinated, but
Oh, he paid up
that vengeance, he goes in again!
Oh, he doesn't go shadow kill though. That's done enough. Turtle number 2 should be a big advantage to EVOS. Rendy's able to clear out bottom lane, should be able to rotate. Kin does not have vengeance, which makes him very vulnerable to the Lunox burst.
Yeah, this Lunox will be a problem. Sky Piercer quickly, not even a single boot.
Nope.
We see from Erlan.
It's always a gamble with him.
Yeah, he rejects walking. He wants to shoot down the players of Dewa.
Good Purify out of the Petrify from the Kadita. No rough waves used as well. No vengeance. Rendy holding it down now. Kim looking for the angle to all in on Albert. McKee and Rendy are doing an amazing job. Rendy zoning the Eastern Shin in the back line, able to actually take the purple buff away. That's to be Swaylo with the burst down, but that's Breath of the Ocean landing on him. It's gonna be Albert picking up the Retributionist. Maybe gets caught and throwing the ruin of Rendy! And that's the shadow kill to an already depleted vengeance of Ken!
EVOS finally roaring again and again. A triumph from one to another. They're able to get 2 turtles, and those 2 wins are massive. Hey, we have guests, Age and KB.
That's my scapegoat and my goat.
Which one's the scapegoat?
Age, man, he was blamed for EVOS' downfall. Honestly, they're doing pretty good without him, so technically, you know, some of the blamers might be right, but they are obviously having a good day there with Good Day. So check out Good Day, yo.
And the FBL Festival too. Come down and play around.
Oh.
Meanwhile, EVOS and Albert playing with danger. The stun and the knock-up won't connect to Albert. He has the Quad Shadows. So, again, this Hayabusa is basically very, very hard to catch. Especially not a single lockdown from now. Maybe bar the Tectonic Charge. But again, you gotta time it perfectly. Goal difference for this game. EVOS are on all fours. They have control so far. Tempo, it's in their hands. Especially the top side turret taken down too. So they have access to rotational plays now. Especially Erlan with the Granger, 1 kill to his name. He's gonna speed up the Sky Piercer stacks, and he can join the team fight as well. So it gets quite confusing as to why Dewa kind of let the Granger go. I think they want to play the gamble, right? They want to let Kin have the joy, but they have to let go of the Granger too. So it becomes that chess game where they have to play.
Yep.
Now it's up to who gets the last laugh. And for Erlan, obviously building to the sky, to that Hunter Strike rather. Swaylo has to be careful. Mueza is always active with the Croc. He has been a problem for EVOS.
Wave in the bottom lane pushing in as well, and Dewa will be losing out on that entire wave. Slowly but surely, getting a turret down, keep pops in the conceal. Will be able to get vision off Octa. Swaylo does a little bit more damage. Ton as well! That's an all-in on Albert, and Mueza is able to pick up the kill now. They're throwing a ruin. Locks 3! Ray gets the Retribution. Air out of the back line. Chased down by Kid. Evo's running back. Swaylo taken out by Octa on the Kadita. And now things are looking a whole lot more level. Breath of the Ocean. Landing. Mueza holding it down in the mid lane as Kin gets the wave pushing up top.
A slight loss for EVOS right there. Albert taken down again. The main man to do that job is going to be Mueza. Kin looking to topple down the top side turret as Key plays with him. But Erlan is there for the backup. So again, Albert still has to hold his ground. He cannot give away this kill.
Oh,
kills. Rendy, conceal play. Can he escape?
Flickers out. Good respect given over. There was no Tectonic Charge, so Mueza, he's fainting, you know, he's just baiting out the resource and he got what he wanted.
Oh, real-time victory rate
Wow.
by Samsung Galaxy S25 FE.
Rendy, no flicker this time around!
Oh.
And it's into the Breath of the Ocean. He goes, throw to ruin! Saves him for a bit, is able to survive. Rendy gets away, just barely.
Rendy Houdini escapes death and cheats it. At least with Alice, it is quite accessible. But that was still him overextending for quite a bit. Dewa still again constantly bullying him again and again. So far, EVOS still looking for a way to ensure control of this game. They had the tempo going, but as of now they have to relinquish it. They want to go in.
That was a crazy combo, but Swaylo's able to pick up the kill now. He's able to actually pop in Brilliance as well as Kid pops in Electrifying Beats earlier. And that's one on maybe the gold laner. 18 seconds for the Lord. Right as maybe spawns in, EVOS again have control over the map.
Wow, EVOS again fighting for dear life, making sure that they want to advance the next round. As again, the Lord spawns Rendy on screen duty. He has been able to hold down 2-3 members as the Alice. This is going to be close. They're going to juggle the Lord, and it's going to be a dance to the death.
He needs to spot where Kid is. Look at how safe Erlan is playing. Has the Melfic Roar. Swaylo needs to be locked in as well because this time he won't have the Purify to get him out of a sticky situation. One bad engage and a late reaction with the Brilliance and he's dead.
Even Kin goes for the Oracle. He's going to be quite tanky now. If the fights do get prolonged, excuse me. And now it's EVOS juggling around Key.
Goes in for the taunt, maybe he's holding on Dora Wolf King. That's an for the ruin into the mobilization. Maybe still able to pop into Dora Wolf King. Kin in the back line, pops into beats and the Vengeance as well. Gets away tectonic card! And maybe flickers forward, now it's all on Erlan. He gets 2 on the board. Rendy's still tanking it in. Kin does not have the Vengeance. Rendy spots him out as Erlan holds the angle. 3 for 2 in favor of Dewa. But it's EVOS who hold control over the map. Bottom lane slow pushing towards EVOS. Dewa have the advantage.
Erlan, and Erlan again and again. The building block, the foundation of the White Tigers. As long as he is safe, the game is yet to be decided.
So
with the Granger, he has always been able to dictate the game. And so far, at least, he survives that altercation. Endless battle completed 2 for Ray. That's going to add more true damage for the Yi Sun Shin. Cutting through Rendy, who by the way was super tanky last game. Was able to again soak up pressure. And that Alice is something that Dewa needs to address, but possibly just skip entirely. If they can access the backline through Kin, get their hands, lay claim on Erlan, on Swaylo. But Swaylo is going to be much more sleek with it because he has the Brilliance to survive as long as he could. And now again, they all know the pride.
Oh, Rendy.
Their eyes are on that Lord. Mueza again threatening Rendy. He has the tectonic charge. Oh, Key!
Mono Chakra, everything used up. Albert jumps into the back line. Maybe he's going to be taken very low. Erlan goes for the shot. Hey, gets it! Thrown a ruin. Erlan! He's able to finish him off. That's another! That's a triple for the Forgotten Tiger!
The Forgotten Tiger shall be remembered as one of the foundation of the White Tigers.
Holy Shield down, but they cannot end. The game continues, but they will get a free Lord on the back of a Rendy engage.
He is to be remembered.
Even a Lord take, yeah, give him that too.
He shall be remembered. Erlan stepping up when needed. Again, the same narrative goes on in circles.
60.
Is he easily cracked under pressure? Is he not familiar with center stage, with the spotlights all on him? And now he proves that he belongs to the pack. 60 Sky Piercer stacks. This Granger needs to be addressed. And Dewa, they are confused on what they have to do. The Lord will march into the mid lane. That wave down bottom, quite stuck. So now they have to play with 2. At least Erlan will get a topside turret. The Lord will march in.
Big Lord charge in the mid lane, will get it down. Just one more hit and it will fall. EVOS, it's Key now with a taunt. Over to Mueza, a wall placed there.
That's deep.
And it will be Kin now dashing away. Rendy looking for the blink. Gets it in the end as Hayabusa, Albert gets tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Well, beautiful Lord maximization there. They get 2 turrets, 3. Count the mid one as well. So now EVOS, this is their game to win. 6.6k gold lead Dewa. What kind of answer will they bring? Mueza, you need a big tectonic charge to turn the game around in Dewa's favor. But even then, you have to touch Erlan, man. You're gonna chase him down. Swaylo, defensive option with the Blood Wings, extra shielding. And Ray with the Yi Sun Shin hasn't been really able to bow down, gun down EVOS, the damage he has. So now EVOS will just play this with full discipline. Something that Coach Vin obviously instills in this team.
Instills the Granger on Erlan, for sure.
He plants it.
90%
Waters
win
it every
rate.
day.
Highest win rate, by the way, in MPO Indonesia for
90%.
a Granger. 90%. He did lose a game number 2.
Yeah.
But then I think with game number 4 and possible win here, it will rise back to a very good number. It's just, can EVOS close it out now? They take the purple buff away. They've done everything really well after the last team fight where Erlan got a triple kill. But somehow, Dewa, they do have the clutch factor, you know? They got the joy, they got the grok, they got these big moment plays that they can utilize.
Erlan.
Octa, there you go. Goes in. Oh, what a dash from Erlan. A good read as Swalo jumps in forward, pops in release as well. That's the AOG starting him away.
No!
Erlan's gone like he gets a double. It was a savage in game 1. Now can it be another? Maybe gunned down slowly but surely. Perfect spacing now as Dewa continue to defend. There is no wave incoming. A Mountain Shocker lands on key. EVOS will take the safe route. A free Lord.
Octa's positional play has been a huge question mark.
80
Was
stacks,
that
baby.
again in game 4 that costed Dewa the end, where EVOS were able to capitalize, and now that was him. That was a Hail Mary play, it seems like, but it looked like Octa was just going in and hoping for the best. But it did not happen. Erlan, quick reflexes to reposition with the dash, with the rondo. And now EVOS with that Lord as well. This is the end angle, the game over. They want to punch back into Dewa. In-game equipment by Dunia Games. So far, nothing out of the ordinary. Again, Erlan, 5 items strong. Rose Gold will be his option to make sure the magic damage doesn't go into him. That shielding will also be very important too. And now they have established a tri-lane push up top, down bottom, and in that mid lane as well. The Lord will come in, but the wave will be quite late. It actually catches on quite quickly, so the Lord will crash into at least the bottom side turret.
Boaz is holding it in now. Needs to get a big barrier down. Kin already taking a half HP as that's going to be Ray in the bottom lane, dealing with wave. Lord pulled back all the way down. That's another base turret falling up top as the Mountain Shocker will not land. Swalo perfectly spacing away. Pops in a Brilliance.
They clear it.
They clear it. They stay in the Lanadon, in playoffs for another day as Rendy holds on. Maybe will not engage. He's learned from the moment he went for the I'm offended on the Gato counter, but EVOS want more. They don't want to just leave with 2.
Question is,
Rendy! Oh! That's an AOG! The Tigers collapse! They pounce on their prey! Albo with the quad channel back. Erlan going with the free hits. Ken, can he do it? A flick around from Erlan. An immortality for Erlan! Not even close. He buys the Rose Gold Meteor. And now it's just Octa. Another triple for Erlan. He will suffer his first death this game, but he sends EVOS into the next stage, knocking Dewa out of Season 16.